So we'll move on now to our Rock Senior and Masters. They'll run together. In your Rock Senior, John Kotick picked up the win in heat number 1. And the Masters win went to Ariel Castro in that 79. Again, Oliver Askew, senior driver inside row 1. Garrison to the outside. In row 2, Kyle Kirkwood, John Kotick. Starting 5th, Dustin Strauss in the 71. Jacob Duvall in the 7X. Like to see Jacob get up there, finish 3rd in heat number 1. Ready to go. Green is out. We're underway. 14 laps as they head down into turn number 1. A lot of shuffling going on as they head down into turn 1. And your leader will be Oliver Askew. And you remember earlier on, Oliver Askew had contact. Him and Austin Garrison battling for the win. Got together in that tree turn. I'm sure they'd like to have a redo now, but right now, battling in heat number 2. And Shifters coming up next. They'll go for 15 laps. Oliver Askew this morning, 37.023, qualifying best lap time. Kyle Kirkwood off to a good start right now, sits back in 3rd. So he'll head through the chicane, single file traffic. This is again your senior Rock Senior and Masters. Ariel Castro. Overall quick time in the Rock Masters. Again, Castro scored the win in the Masters earlier in heat number 1. Well, the field will move around and maybe 14 laps. They'll come down the front stretch. Led by the 338 of Oliver Askew. And Franco Cabrera going to go to work now in that number 20 deep in the field. Franco going to scoot up a spot as he works on Austin Jordan. Right now, your leader off the hairpin turn. Got about a 3.5, 4-cart length advantage through the tree turn. Talking about the 338 of Oliver Askew. And Oliver dropped out in lap number 7 in heat number 1 after that contact, going for the lead. Between him and Austin Garrison got together. Right now, it looks like he's in command at 338 of Oliver Askew. Looking very strong, hitting his marks. Heads into that hairpin turn. He'll make that left-hand turn, heads to the top of the hairpin turn. Still about 4-cart length advantage. So we've not seen that second-place card of Austin Garrison able to gain any ground. There's Austin coming off that tree turn. Boy, talk about a great summer. Austin Garrison has racked up some great races here this summer. An opportunity to watch him a little bit out there in California, of course. Outstanding run out there in Utah. Good little driver, Austin Garrison, cruising right along through that chicane. Austin now going to make that left-hand turn, heads to the top of the hairpin turn. Oliver Askew in that 338, again, holding on to the top spot. Oliver with a 37.381 back in lap number 3. So Oliver, your leader. Garrison running 2nd. Kirkwood 3rd. Kotick running 4th. Strauss running 5th. Your top 5 in the senior class. Looking ahead into your Masters leader right now. It'll be Castro, your leader. Lozano running 2nd. Quanzel runs 3rd, top 3 in the Masters. So no change up front, just cruising right along. The 338 of Oliver Askew. Garrison running 2nd, about 0.6 of a second last time by. This time they'll cross the line, 6 laps complete. And Oliver just rolled out a 37.269 for Oliver Askew. A good lap time for your race leader. Oliver Askew, 37.269. He's got 0.7 of a second lead now over Austin Garrison. Jonathan running 4th in behind Kyle Kirkwood. Kirkwood keeping him in behind him. Now they'll head into that tree turn. There's your leader, cruising right along, Oliver Askew. Great run going for Garrison, hanging on to second, but unfortunately Garrison cannot get enough out of that machine to bring in your leader. Austin Garrison about 0.8 of a second now, 0.8 of a second behind your leader. Kirkwood running third, 1.4 back. Jonathan runs fourth. He's 1.9 seconds behind your leader. Going to show you how strong Oliver Askew is running right now. He'll exit off that tree turn, holding an 0.8 of a second advantage. Lap number 7, Oliver with a 37.219. See if he'll pick it up here, just over the halfway point. Well, he'll hold on to it. A full second advantage, though, for Oliver Askew. So 8 laps in, 6 to go. Askew, your leader. Garrison, Kirkwood, Koenig, and Dustin Strauss, your top 5. Now we see Castro holding on as the Masters leader. Ariel Castro looking for 2 in a row here in the heat race. Scored a win in the Masters in heat number 1. Traffic stretching out. Nobody able to get out of line. Don't really see much movement going on. As everybody watches the 338 heading down into turn number 1. That's Oliver Askew. Jumped out to the early lead. Has led every single lap so far. Carrying quick time, 37.219 for Oliver Askew. And he's hanging on to that top spot. So 10 laps complete with 4 to go. Need a representative from Giovanni Bramante. Please come to the tech area. Giovanni, need a member. Please come to the tech area and see Andre. Again, shifters coming up next. And Oliver Askew continued to open up that gap, looking to go wire to wire. Well over a second advantage now for your leader, Oliver Askew. Boy, you talk about a turn of events. Remember going back to heat number 1, and I know that Oliver don't want me to bring that up. Heat number 1, him and Austin Garrison coming off that tree turn got together. They're trying to go side by side, made some contact. But right now it's a whole different situation as he's cruising right along. Heads to the top of the oval, well in command. And he'll head down the front stretch. There's your leader down into turn number 1. Solid run going for your leader. Back in lap number 7, Oliver with a 37.219. That is overall quick time. And he'll move right along. Final 2 circuits to go for your leader. Whole different ball game this time around for Oliver Askew in that 338. Garrison running second. Jonathan running third. Dustin Strauss holding on to that 4th spot. Joffrey Amaya in the top 5. And Joffrey Amaya finished 6th in heat number 1 in the senior class. So he's picked up 1 position here in heat number 2. Trying to gain all he can. White flag up, final circuit, 1 to go. Oliver Askew dominating coming out of the gate right off that pole position. Has led every single lap. And he's cruising right along. Now got a commanding lead off the tree turn. Got to take it to the top of the oval, and he'll bring it down the straightaway. Here comes your winner in the Rock Senior class. Oliver Askew will score the win. Austin coming home second. Jonathan will pick up that 3rd spot. In the Masters, Castro will score the win. Salazar will pick up 2nd, and Guanzel will come home 3rd. So Castro, back-to-back wins for Castro in the Masters. The whole different turn of events for your winner, Oliver Askew, as we talked about, heat number 1, dropped out in lap number 7. And really solid at heat number 2. Really great redemption for the 338 of Oliver Askew.